Can we be honest for a moment? Most of us aren't doing everything we know that we should do to create the best life for us and our families. Things like adequate rest, staying hydrated, exercising. Yes, of course, we have to talk about your diet. We understand that you have a lot going on between your spouse, your kids, work, church. I get it, right? So it makes sense to eat out. That requires less of you. But what else can you be doing under your current circumstances to better take care of you and your loved ones? Listen, one of the simple things that we do is take Organifi. Organifi is a line of organic superfood blends that offer plant-based nutrition with high-quality ingredients and less than 3 grams of sugar. Each superfood blend is easy to use by simply mixing it with water or your favorite beverage while on the go, providing you with quality nutrition throughout your day. Whether you're trying to lose weight, detox, improve your fitness, deal with stress or hormonal imbalances, Organifi is the answer. If we've learned anything in the last few years, it's that stress and anxiety can cause a lot of harm to us, both mentally and physically. And that's because cortisol, the primary stress hormone, is supposed to spike when we're in danger. But get this, in the modern world, our cortisol is spiking all day long. Ashwagandha, the main ingredient in Organifi green juice, has been shown in multiple studies to reduce cortisol and the stress. This delicious drink also features 10 other superfood ingredients, including moringa, chlorella, and spirulina, which work synergistically in the body to promote natural detoxing, more energy, and even healthy weight management through reducing cravings. It's amazing what the body is capable of with the right fuel. Plus, it's 100% certified organic, non-GMO, and tastes absolutely delicious. With their new apple crisp flavor, it's so easy to support your stress levels while enjoying a delicious morning green juice. If you're like me, guys, you know the importance of eating healthy, but you don't always have the time or willpower to cook with all the colors of the rainbow. Organifi's superfood, listen, the red, the gold juices, the Organifi Pure, protein powder, Organifi Glow, all these blends make it easy and enjoyable to add more variety and nutrition to your day. Just go to Organifi.com, that's Organifi.com/success to save 20% on your order.
My dollar amount was what number is it that I need to be able to take care of my family one day. Not just my family, but I know one day I need to take care of my parents. One day I need to be in a position to take care of my children. One day I might need to take care of their spouses. One day I'm gonna be in a position to take care. So like I was saying, man, my prayer was that, oh God, not why me, but God, thank God it's me.
Yeah. You ready? All right.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
Man, got my brother back in the building, dog.
Let's
the 9 to 5 millionaire is here. We held it down for you while you was gone, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard Carl and E did a great job.
Yeah.
I heard they did a great job.
Contract and renegotiate. We had to renegotiate more contract. He was making too much money, so we had to bring him on down.
In the marketplace.
Yeah, it turns out his value wasn't quite as high as he thought it was on the pod, so he had to take a restructured deal.
Man, the truth is, CJ tried to do me like Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm
come
saying? If you don't see my value.
Try to franchise tag.
So I hear my mama call him up.
One more franchise tag.
Oh, that'll always get it.
Oh, mama called.
Mama called.
Mama said, we got to talk.
We got Douglas in the
Same
building.
Douglas.
Douglas, how you feeling?
I feel great. Drinking this water, bro, is I never knew it would be a task, bro.
Are you getting the gallon?
Bro, I'm getting a gallon, but it's work, bro.
No, the gallon is work. I think
work.
My problem with the gallon is just like
It's work.
having to use the restroom.
All day.
Every 15
And somebody was
minutes.
like, yeah, once you get, I was like, no, I've been doing it for a long time now, and I still.
I would say when I did that program, dog, I wasn't going to wash them as much.
No, I
Like
still,
after the 40th day or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, anybody got time to be that consistent.
that long.
No, I'm saying like,
40th
for
day.
real, look, no. So for today, like, bro, I had to get on the plane. I'm not
That's
trying
what
to be
I'm saying.
funny. I can't do it on
If
the
I
plane.
wasn't traveling,
Because
I was just
I'm
at
talking
the
about-
crib, sitting at the
People
crib.
be looking at you like you going in there to snort rails or something. You got my man been in the bathroom 3-4 times in a 2-hour flight.
Right.
What's he doing in there? You feel me? By the way, I know. So we talked about some airplane etiquette on here before, right? Airport etiquette.
Yeah.
So again, shout out to everybody crowding around. You know what I mean? In the front when we say 72C. You're 72C. You up at the front.
I think I get it now.
Back up. Okay. Oh, you can shed some light. The other people, again, just stand 5 feet off the baggage carousel.
Yeah.
Just 5 feet.
Until you see yours.
Homegirl right on it, like, boo. What, like, back up. Like, come on. But anyway, today, so I was thinking about this today, and bruh, when I tell y'all the Atlanta airport today was a absolute zoo. It took me an hour and 15 minutes to get through security with clear and TSA pre.
Are you serious?
Bruh.
That's crazy.
I've never seen
You know,
that.
they got something new, that's why.
Probably.
No, they ain't got nothing new.
They do.
What?
What's it called? The face recognition, boy.
Digital ID?
Yeah.
I had that too.
And
I
that-
literally had digital ID. It was same line. I got digital ID, so I don't, for whatever reason,
It don't happen every time.
They only give it to me when I'm traveling by myself. If I travel with my family, I never get it. Every time I travel by myself, it say you want to use digital ID. Okay. So, but no, digital ID, everything was blue out because of the Masters and Easter. So everything was blue out.
Okay, I got you.
So anything, it was a zoo in there. But anyway, so I'm in there and I had got there like a little early because I wanted to go eat breakfast in the Sky Lounge before. I was like, you know what I'm saying, that's a good time to go in. You know, I don't want it, it's too early sometimes to eat at the crib. Yeah. I'm like, by the time I get there, do my thing, I leave 30, 45 minutes. So luckily and I ended up barely making my flight. I told Marla I ran into Foguth at the airport too. He was coming back from the Masters. But anyway, I ended up barely making my flight. But while we was in line, you ever seen them people that's like, I'm sorry, I gotta catch a flight.
Yeah.
And so this lady was, I'm talking about looking
Beast mode.
stressed, like, nah, she was definitely not beast mode, because what you do is you gotta ask one and then try to get by like six off the one ask.
Yeah.
Let me say something. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, yo, usually it's like, cool. But on a day like today, everybody finna be running late. Yeah. So she asked me, and I knew I was gonna make mine, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 360 now, so I was gonna call and be like, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
I'm out here.
Mr. Delta.
I'm out here.
I'm out here, give me 1 minute, I'll be right there. But anyway, homegirl was like, can I get by you, And I looked, I was like, you know what, you got it. I don't know if you think, you know what I'm saying, this extra 4 minutes about to make, but maybe go for it. And so she got up, she probably jumped about 10 of us. And she got up there, and sister girl was on the phone. I'm talking about like these. And had her carry on like these. So it was like, it wasn't even no slipping by. And she was like, ma'am. And the lady was like, excuse me, can you what? And she was like, my flight. She said, baby, we all got flights. And homegirl just got stuck about 5 people ahead of me. I don't know if she ended up making her plane or not, but it had me thinking like, what is proper etiquette if somebody said, hey, I'm running late, can I cut the whole line? Now, baby girl, she did go beast mode because the line was broke up in 2 parts. Yeah. So like, you know how they hold it so like people could go to the walkthrough? There was a whole second part of the line that was deep, and she did sneak up into that first part.
Yeah, she got
so she was at the back of the front. So after that part was beast mode. And I felt her on that. I ain't say nothing. I seen what she did. I was like, okay, I like your flavor. But then when she got up, the old girl was like, I'm like, what y'all think? You go to the airport a lot.
I just think you have not because you ask not. Mm-hmm. You know, so for me, like, hey.
It's fair to ask and
it's
fair to deny.
You asking. You know what I'm saying? You asking. You ain't telling nobody, get out the way. You asking, can you look out? And I never get to the airport, because I be with D, that I got to be running like that. I don't never know. Like,
Diddy won't be there. They say be there 2 hours early.
3.
Yeah. Diddy like, we're going to sit down and have a proper meal.
But she don't even like Sky Club. She won't go in it. So I'm like, why we get here early
sit at the gate.
to just sit here? But she's like,
unless you're in Dubai.
Right,
That's different. That's different.
And we was running in the airport. We was in there so
she was pissed at me because we only had 40 minutes to be in there.
Oh, she was like,
she was pissed. But no, I think it's fair, bro. You running late, like, we all have different lives, and I probably would be that person if it wasn't for D. I'd probably be running late all the time. You know, so my thing is,
Does it make a difference, though, if the whole airport is jammed up? Because you know everybody's finna be running late.
No, I don't care. Like, I'm not thinking about whoever that is. They're not thinking about you. They think about getting to where they need to get to. But I think it's fair, bro, to ask. You just asking, can you go in front of that person? If they say no, then, but I wonder if the third person say yes. You said no, but the person that's further up said yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me get in over there. But no, I don't think it's anything wrong with it. Go ask.
And then you was gonna say something about people crowding the gate.
I
You
get that
got a theory now? What's the
Yeah.
theory? Help me out.
Baggage. It's always the people that's got extra bags. And what you'll realize if you get on at the time you're supposed to get on, because of those people who got multiple bags, you're not gonna be able to put your bag up. Because I fly first class, and I don't really be tripping, but Didi be like, you gotta hurry up because people in first class will put more than they're supposed to. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm 360.
Bruh, I'm just saying.
You better put it in, that flight attendant, you better put it in your
I'm
closet.
360. They sent me a whole package. Bro, I was at the crib. Bro, they sent me
Whole package.
Bro, whole package.
He got
like
platinum big
bruh.
tags.
Come on. So you already know. But no, I do understand that people want to get their luggage in. But I'm saying, here go my problem, E. You still not boarding until your zone call. And shout out to them gate agents
But you
who
the
be
first
aggressive.
one in your zone.
I'm saying, have you ever seen them stop you when it's not your zone? I ain't never seen it.
Oh, absolutely.
for real?
I've seen it sometimes.
And it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, no. In
Yeah.
Atlanta, now sometimes you get pissed because they just let everybody
They
go.
let everybody through.
But no, wait, I done had some people get up there and seen them, like, because you fly first class, you see people like, boop, but they like, this is not your zone, you can wait till, and then now you just humiliated. Now you got to run to the back, and now you know what I'm saying? It's over. You might want to catch the next flight.
You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah, you got to catch the next flight.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know, it's just funny because I'm like, yo, everybody in here about to be running late, and baby girl was like, and like I said, she was stressed. I'm like, boo, just go home and start your day over tomorrow. It ain't working out.
I know I'm not the only one that fell for this, right? Like, yo, just try it. It's a free 30-day trial. Just enough time for you to try it, and then you completely forget about it. And listen, I'm not talking about, there's good products out there that you try and you actually like it and use it, but there's other products out there that you're not even doing nothing with. You paid for it and you continue to pay for it. In fact, over 80% of people have subscriptions that they forgot about. You could be wasting a lot of money and not even realizing it. Rocket Money helps you to find those forgotten subscriptions so you can stop paying for the ones you don't use. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. I bought a treadmill for my wife. We have it downstairs, and I forgot the program that came with it, but I've been paying for it for 2 years. We used it consistently, and then we fell off, just being real. But guess what? I was still paying for that right up until now. So again, guys, it's happening to all of us, and I want you to stop throwing away your money. Cancel those unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/S2S. Again, that's rocketmoney.com/S2S. rocketmoney.com/S2S.
But anyway, so I was watching the Masters yesterday. Shout out to Huddy. Since I've been following his golf career a little bit. We don't golf, but I kind of like got into it a little bit. So me and Trey was watching the Masters, right? And it was funny because I was teaching him, not that I'm any type of aficionado on golf, but I was teaching him.
On life.
Right.
That I am. You know what I'm saying? But I was teaching him how the scoring works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he was like, if for those of you out there don't know, the course is 72, right? And that's like par 4, a par 3, a par 5, whatever, but the total equals 72. And at the end of the day, the goal is to shoot as low a score as possible. So it's kind of tricky on how I was teaching him the scoring, but he was picking it up, right? So it's funny because he was looking like, okay, Dad, but I don't understand if it's 3, like in basketball, if you take a 3 and make a 3, it's 3, you good.
Right.
And he like, so in golf, how come if I do 4, you know what I'm saying, and it's supposed to be 4. And I was like, that's a good question. And I was like, well, let me show you. And I went and looked up the leaderboard, and I texted Edith last night. I went and looked up the leaderboard, and one of our favorite players, just because I know Hud and Josh know him, so we've been following Tony Finau, was in like 25th or 30th place. And my man was even.
That's a word, bro.
And so I told...
That's a word, bro.
So I told Trey, I said, he did everything
Right.
the course said he was supposed to do.
Okay.
I'm talking about he dead even. I'm talking about it was an E on the board. It was just a whole E. And he was like, I don't get it. He did everything, like he hit every shot over the course of 3-4 days the way he was supposed to hit it. How is he middle of the pack?
That's big, bro. That's a word.
And I hit E and I was like, E, bro.
That's a word.
We got to talk about this on the pod. And so again, E, you know, I know we still have, and man, I'm so excited we got the summit coming up, y'all. We got the UOU Summit. If you missed it, this one, bruh, it's gonna be one of them ones. Like, I think this might be one of the most legendary things we've ever done as a company, just because now this, again, we talked about it, the secret to success has been given and not a system of success is being given. Bruh, you got people out there who looking at us going, yo, I did everything I was supposed to do. They told me to get good grades. They told me to graduate high school. They told me to go to college. Told me to get a house, get a car. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I'm middle of the pack, or I'm behind the pack. And I was like, man, we got to come here and talk about this. And E was like, I was like, E, I'll let you pop it off, but we need to do like a series of like why you're not where you're supposed to be, even though you have the outward illusion of meeting all life's simple requirements. So E, I'll let you take it from there.
That's deep, bro. That's deep. Hey, so I was speaking, it was New Orleans, so I was hitting all the schools. And one of the things that struck me is like every time I do, a event for coloreds, whether it's black or brown, like every question is around money. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, and this is why the summit is so important, because we don't have the right information, or we're looking for the wrong thing. And so even if your heart is in a good space, but you got the wrong system, you feel me? I'm just being real, bro. I started doing good academically because I never had systems. And Cass was like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Like, I ain't know that, bro. Like, I ain't know that. I'm thinking my man just smart. I'm not saying he not, but some of my boys had systems. It's like when we would do history, it's like, E, think of a name. All right, Smith. And for the name, think of each part of history. And I'm like, bruh, nobody ever told me that. And so it wasn't necessarily that I was dumb, but some of the systems I didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't know. And so it was funny because I was like, man, see, all these black kids want to know about money. These Latino kids, Latino want to know about money. And here's what I said to them. What if money wasn't a focus? What would you be focused on?
Right, just take that out of the equation.
I was like, yo, if you didn't have to worry about money, what you have to worry about? And they was like, that don't even make sense. And I was like, no, there's many cultures that don't have to worry about, or social economic classes that don't have to worry about money. Are they not worried about anything because they're not worried about money? I'm like, yo, they worried about something. And I was like, one of the things that they worried about is purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna make money, you have to have a skill set to make money. So what I want to talk about today, because when you're so focused on money, I'm just being real, I found that you can't make none. I'm just being real. I found when your main focus, so you should never focus on money to an extent, but it shouldn't be like the highest thing. So what I realize is what you do continuously is how you determine how much money you make, right? So let me give y'all an example. What you should be focused on is your work environment and what you're doing while you're at that job. Because the people who make the most money in this world, they make it because of their work environment, like literally where they are and what they're doing. And this is why I say it, because all of us who are working, you spend more time working than you spend anything else. I'm just being real, bro. I'm just being real. Like, I don't care who you are and what you do. I don't even care how much money you make. You spend more, I be at the crib for 8 hours. I'm at the job for 8. Okay, first of all, you traveling to work, that's not 8. So if you're driving an hour there, do your thing, an hour back, or if you live in the wrong city, 5 o'clock, you in there for an hour and a half, that's just 10 and a half hours. If you at the crib, you ain't up for 10 and a half straight hours. Right. Yeah. I'm just being real. If you at home, you not up for 11 hours, bro. It's not happening. You're not giving whoever, your wife, your kids, whoever it is, they not getting 8 hours of uninterrupted, 10, 11 uninterrupted hours with you. It's just not happening. So for me, I just want to talk about today the work environment, because for those of you who, come to the summit and you all need to be there, I'm going to show you what we were doing at Michigan State and why we were not making any money because of what we were doing for 8 hours. Like, we weren't making the money we making right now. And a lot of it had to do with the work environment. So before I go with what not to do, I'm going to tell you the reason why we weren't making as much money as we making now is because at work, it was way more stress than it is now. I'm just being real, bro. Like, ain't nothing about this stressful. This all stress-free. Yeah, out there, let's let Maul start. Because I said Michigan
That's
State.
how you over here talking. Bro, I done had people talking to me like, man, Maul, you fix up that 6-unit building. No, I go to the skyscraper. Yeah. Man, you about to build a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Man, you not scared?
Yeah.
You not scared?
Yeah.
I said, bro, I got shot at.
Yeah.
Working.
I got shot at. I got the opportunity to build a skyscraper and make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got shot at making $36,000 a year. Bruh.
All right, that's the pot. We'll see y'all at the UOU Summit.
I'm trying to get like where,
UOU Summit.
like your idea of fear. Where is it coming from? I literally, my job for 5 years was to put people in body bags that lost their life. That's all I did. I picked up bodies. We used to have a little shovel, man. It was a miniature shovel. And I remember when I first got on the wagon, I said, what's the shovel for? I said, we get caught in snow, we gotta. They said, no, rookie. They said, that's for when a person gets shot. A lot of times, they organs or their brain get splattered. And the coroner's office need that to weigh it. That's part of the body. So that's what the shovel is for, so you can go ahead, and then when the fire department comes, you just need to rinse that shovel off and put it back in the car. This is the type of work environment I was in. My office.
Tell the story you told us the other day. I don't think you ever told that on the pod. The first time you cried on the job.
Well, oh, shoot, man. Which time? Oh, man. Oh, okay. No,
First
the first time.
for real.
Yeah, no, the first time.
Work
yeah.
environment.
So, yeah, work
joking.
environment. No, that's not a joke.
Yeah.
And he bringing up something that's real talk. He know that really touches me.
I heard the story once before, but I don't think you ever told it on the pod.
Yeah, no, and it still get with me today. So this work environment that I was in as a police officer, right? And I chose that. That's not what I wanted to be, but that was the job that was available to me. One time we had a massive snowstorm in Chicago, and I got a call. I was working by myself. I get a call of a young infant, not breathing. The streets was so much snow that you only could go down the main streets. When I got out the car, I had to get out the car down the block and literally jog in the snow to this apartment building. Literally get inside this apartment building, there's this woman and this man, and they just high as can be, man. High off a crack. And the woman is just like, yeah, my baby, something wrong with her. She's not really breathing. I think something wrong with her. Just like that kind of way. This is my work environment. I'm looking, balloons everywhere, happy birthday, happy first birthday. Baby turned 1 year old, it was her birthday. And I'll never forget because my daughter was the same exact age, Ayana, at the time. I go into the room. The little girl is just right there in the crib. And first thing I do, because she wasn't moving, I put my finger on her neck, check her pulse, she wasn't breathing. I started doing mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, start pressing on her chest. I get on my radio, and I'm like, where's that ambulance at? And they like, officer, the ambulance can't make it down the street. We need you to bring the baby out to them. I grab this little girl, wrap her up in a cover, run down the street. While I'm breathing in her chest, I'm breathing in her mouth and pressing on her chest, run all the way to the ambulance, and then the ambulance is right there, and they take her, and they're in the back working on her. And then I'm like, they just stop. And I'm like, why y'all stop? And they like, yeah, she's probably been gone for about 4 hours. Wow. And I'm sitting here, man, and the mother and father just high as can be. And there's so many other stories like that, but I couldn't think about making money. A person being that kind of work environment, that's the work environment that you in. How you gonna grow in something like that? But I talk about what I had to do different to get out of that. But I just want to give that example of just how your work environment can stress you out. To this day, to this day, I'm still. To this day. I literally told this story to CJ yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, we were talking about yesterday.
And I still got teary-eyed. Yeah. This is something that took place. My baby girl right now is 18 years old. She was the exact same age. Yeah. So it's something that was 17 years ago.
And all I'm trying to say, Maul, and again, this is why, I messed up, bro. I gave people, and I didn't mean no harm, but I gave them the secret to success, meaning the passion.
Yeah.
Because that's what I needed to do what I needed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I needed to get, I'm emotional, so I needed to get fired up. I didn't give them the systems.
Yeah. Well, you also needed to get fired up to get out of the basement.
Yeah.
Right? You need that initial turbo
to get you going.
To get you up out of the homelessness and the fatherlessness things that you dealt with. Is you need that burst.
Yeah.
But then when we got that burst, I think Michigan State was that place where it was like, all right, cool, we got off the ground now. What got you here ain't gonna get
take you there.
But some people don't catch a wave, so to speak, in the burst. Some people get consumed by the fire.
No, but that's why we saying, like, we want to help you.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things that I really want to do during the conference is to take a moment and show people, like, yo, based on your personality, based on the assessment, there's an environment you should be in and you shouldn't be in. And I'm saying more, we choose the environment, based on money, low-hanging fruit, and that's how they catch us.
Well, based on opportunity, what's in front of you?
But I'm saying, but this is how they catch us, though. They catch you because they know you trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
So it's not like they go, hey, you trying to make ends meet, we gonna get, like, let's do a personality test, let's figure out who you are, let's put you in the best environment. They're not on that.
That's the key.
They don't
let's put you in the best environment.
They don't put you in the best environment.
They put you in their environment.
They put you in an environment that's going to be best for them. You feel me? So that's why I'm saying we have to start. Everybody, ET, how to make money. We can't start at making money because you could make $2 million and it beat it. Bruh, I'm not lying to y'all. I've had opportunities, even recently, where people were like, we're gonna pay you this much. Christian, Primo, our guy in New York, he was like, bruh, these different dealerships call him. And was like, bruh, you gonna make whatever. He was just like, bruh, but I know being a car salesman, I'm gonna be at the dealership 12 hours a day.
Gotta give up my whole life.
So it doesn't matter how much I make, I'm gonna have to give up my family life for whatever. And I'm telling you, there's some of us, that kind of environment is not best for you. Now, some people, 12-hour shifts, 3-4 days a week, that might be the best environment. But I'm saying more, I think we've gone after money. I don't think most of us have gone, yo, money spends. I don't care how much money you make. But the time and the place that I'm at, is that the optimal place for me to be? Is that like the place that I'm not gonna be stressed out? Is that the place? I told Didi something today. It was funny, bro. We was kicking it, and Didi was like, you know, just doing some stuff at the church, doing some stuff, and she's kind of like getting in that stress thing. And so she was like, nah, you just be wanting to chill, whatever. I said, Didi, let me explain something to you. I work just like you work. I said, the difference is my work energizes me. The work you do, it don't energize you.
That's good.
And you need to really think about the work that you're doing. Because I do work too, and nobody don't get impacted by it.
Yeah.
Jalen don't know when I'm doing it. Jayla don't know when I'm doing it. You don't know when I'm doing it. Like, it doesn't affect you because I'm doing what energizes me. I know my assessment. I've studied. I understand. So I put myself in a place where if I do this for 50 hours, it's going to energize me every time. And when I think about Michigan State, and again, I don't even want to talk about it after you talked about the police academy. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm saying more, not all the state. There are some parts that advantage we love. Advising students, absolutely love.
BTC video.
Bruh, I'm talking about, put it on. Put that joker on. Bruh, we believe that's how the Secret to Success video be like.
Sorry, that's the inside, you know what I'm saying? Joke.
But see, joking, but what he don't realize is, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, substituted that video, and we start showing that one. And that's one of the ways that it blew up.
We made our joint go viral.
Yeah, we made it go viral.
Bro, we would play at you. So
every event.
It was academic orientation. So they would come in and they let us run orientation. So we was like, oh, okay, y'all gonna look at these videos we done chopped up. We just showed them these videos.
And they loving it.
He wasn't even there. Like, we would, like, I'm trying to tell you, we had to finesse so much back then. He might have had a speaking engagement. I was like, look, I'm not even supposed to be running this whole thing like that, but I know what I'm
supposed to be.
Just leave. He might have got on the road with Carl and left. I was in that joint by myself, and all I do is just show the video. I was like, watch this when you, listen, before the world seen it, it's so much, man. There was an energy around that video, bro. Like, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, before it ever even hit YouTube. Like, we were showing it at orientation. I remember the twins, Lauren and Lene and them. They were in there, and I remember them being like, man, who is that dude? That's crazy. Like, I never seen no video. Like, they was just like, yo, I'm ready to start my classes right now. And so, I don't even remember where I was going with that.
Well, just that environment, that part of it. But the reason why we had to leave, because it was not. That
wasn't the biggest part.
That wasn't the biggest part, and it was draining us.
Okay, I got you. I'm back. Your environment is not set up for you to make the type of money you want to make anyway.
Yeah.
So you need to realize that. And as we go through these next few pods, we want to build on this, right? But it's like in the millionaire's hierarchy of needs, right? Like, can we do like a new little Maslow's?
I like that.
Environment, bruh. You're not even in the
Carl's
environment. What?
Carl's lows.
I'm saying, Carl, they not even in the, we weren't in there, so we were the right people, but we were not in the right environment to make the kind of money we want. I'm just telling y'all, at the time I was making $1,500 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like $1,500 a month. Like that was the environment.
And you probably worked the hardest you ever worked.
We was up there from sun up to sundown.
Literally the hardest we ever worked.
Bro,
can we get them a first step though? Even before that, it's almost like you need to identify what it is you want to make. To just to say that your environment, but what is it that you want to make? Once I talk to people, most people don't even know how much they want to make, or they just say something like, "Oh man, I want to make a lot of money.
I need to retire." I don't know, a gazillion.
Right? Most people just, I want to make a lot of money. Like, what is that? What is a lot of money? Because I was about to say, when I first got in the police department, it was a lot of money.
He said even that. He said, hold on.
I couldn't, these teeth could not tell him how. That wasn't a lot of money. But I'm just saying, it's all relative, though.
Yeah.
You know, somebody might have been praying for the position that I had.
That's fact.
So somebody needs to out there first identify, and then why? Like how much, what's your number? What does it, why do you need to make this amount of money? So
real quick, Maul, don't lose where you're going. I'm saying for this season, because that will or should change. As you get exposed, it should change. But at least for this season, where you are now, what's that goal? What's the immediate thing you want to be? What's the neighborhood, the whole nine?
Yeah, right. So create that vision.
He asked me that personally, and I realized, you never asked me that a day in my life. And I was like, it's funny because I had thought about it in January, like, okay, this is what I want to do this year. This is what we're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. And I had never really shared it. And he texted me, I don't know what he was going on, but he was just texting me. And I didn't even say,
hell no, I was on.
No, I said I didn't know what you was on because I thought, we always text back and forth about like what we gonna talk about.
Right.
So you asked me some personal questions and I thought you were saying like, this would be good to talk about on the pod. And I was like, you talking about me specifically? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, but I never thought about it. But again, you have the mindset of what you wanna make and knowing how, okay, this is what we say we're gonna do. And then from there, what is the environment that you need to create in order to make that happen?
But I swear, most people don't know, just being in, I'm speaking from a 9 to 5. We don't come up with what we want to make. We come up with what people are willing to pay us. That's the whole mindset. You don't come in the door to no job saying, hey, I need to make $500,000. You come in there, what are you paying me?
I remember, listen to what I'm telling you. I remember we was pissed. He got passed over for the director spot.
Thank God. Thank God. But God.
Look.
But God.
I'm not trying to be funny. How much was that at that time, that position?
It'd have been 100,000. It was like 110,000 maybe. 90 to 110,000.
And I remember thinking, we get that.
It's on.
Oh, we out of here. And because at the time.
But more in here was what we would have been.
Hey, look. But you don't even realize it. You don't realize it. But what happened was when we left, right? We began to create the environment.
And everything is going to come from there.
You see what I'm saying? So even though we left, we didn't leave for money. We probably made less money, right? Because Carl and I's salaries was gone. He was doing his thing, but he wasn't making a lot of bread. So we were creating the environment. What was the environment? I had minimal distractions at that point. You see what I'm saying?
And little stress.
And little stress. Only stress I had was every now and then I wanted to take my girl out.
And couldn't afford to do it.
Couldn't hit Cheesecake Factory. And she was working crazy.
Right.
But I'll say this. Let me take a step back. Even like we watch, that's crazy because we watch sports and sports imitate life and like even the people you look at that's at the highest level. We talking about environment, right? I'll never forget, I had, shout out to my little brother, Tyrell. He came on one of the calls one time. You remember that when we had Tyrell on?
Yeah.
And I was like, for the life of me, I was studying like home loss, home record versus away record.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at the Warriors this year. Can you pull it up, Carl, just real quick? Look at the Warriors, like.
They number 6 in the division.
Yeah, but they struggle so bad
I want them to look at the
home versus
the home versus away this year. You talking about the Golden State Warriors? What do they got? 4 championships, 5, 4 or 5 championships, going for another title. I know the playoffs about to start. I'll get y'all take on the playoffs in a minute. But you got the Golden State Warriors. These boys, I'm talking about Curry, Draymond, Clay, everybody. Carl, what was their home record versus away record?
So home, 33-8. Just let it sink in. 33-8. They won 33 games, lost 8 at home.
They won 33 games and only lost 8 all year. What was their away record?
10-30.
Wow.
Flipped.
10-30. Complete flip.
And it's against the same
players.
Bro, it's the same team,
Same
players,
team.
same rims, same.
Yeah.
The difference is
Environment.
Environment.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my head back, like, this was years ago that I had Tyrell on. And in my head, I was like, Tyrell, you gotta help me out, bro. Y'all grown men. Like, I know a crowd cheering, hey, you suck. Now all of a sudden you can't even catch a pass. You just all, and he was like, nah. He said it started way before that. He said, when we gotta go travel away, he said that's an extra day of rest and recovery and treatment we not getting. He said, that's an extra few nights of not sleeping in your own bed. He was like, man, these hotel beds be crazy. He said, the food on the road is not the same. You know, you got your exact same regimen at home, you know, whatever. He's like, the food is different. He said, when we get to a particular stadium, we ain't played there. They've been playing there all year. He said, you come out, you might have the wrong spikes on. You might not find out till the second quarter that you got to change out your cleats because this field was not. And I was like, oh, I get it. So what happens is compounding things that affects your performance that you probably don't even see. You flip on the TV, you like, okay, the Giants playing the Jets, the Raiders playing the 49ers, like who cares? And you looking, but there's so many other factors. And so as you look at your own life and you're not making the type of money you want to make, look at your work environment. What does it look like? You stressed out. Yeah. You and your wife or you and your husband not on one accord. Your kid acting a fool. Your boss acting a fool. You overworked, right? You working too many hours. Now you feel guilty because you're working too many hours and you ain't able to take care of your health. Now you stressed about your health because your health ain't in the place it's supposed to be and you see what I'm saying?
No question.
So it's like all of these things and what happens is you've lost home court advantage. Yeah. What happened for us when we left, and I'll let you get in right now, Carl, what happened for us when we left, even though we left and it seemed whack because we ain't had nothing, what we did have was home court advantage.
Always.
Now we hooping on our own terms.
Always.
Can't nobody tell us, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We used to be looking at people like, yo, what we doing is working. So what? That's not university policy.
But don't you think that? But
was on the road. We was on the road.
But see, don't you still feel that? Because I'm looking at you guys, and I'm looking at even what I did, right? Working for the police department, I didn't have home court advantage. But some kind of way, I learned how to take their home.
Yeah, you created it. But you created home court advantage.
And I created home court advantage on their home. In the same kind of way, when you guys took away things like the advantage, things that was started in somebody else's home, and you.
Well, we hadn't met you at that point, so we thought we had to leave and quit. But what I'll say is you did an incredible job of, when you don't need their home court advantage, you got it to the point where you didn't need their home court advantage anymore. Yeah. You was like, I don't care what they own because I'm not a slave to what y'all telling me anymore because I built this whole empire around it. So it ended up being actually, like you said, you took that and made a blessing while everybody else was stressed out. You told me that police officers one of the highest suicide rates.
Chicago police in particular, but police officers is one of the highest. Chicago police.
Like after you was doing your thing, obviously getting shot at and stuff like that. But after you built your empire up, even we knew you weren't stressed out as a cop. You were coming to conferences. Yeah. You had cars. You had a house. You had your dream life. You was traveling with Camille, doing all of that because you were able to take a road situation, right? When you didn't have home court advantage and doggone make it home court advantage. And I think that's what we're talking about in terms of the summit is how do you take your environment now and take it and make it a home court advantage. Ain't nobody saying you gotta quit. We're not telling you none of that. We just saying, how can you create home court advantage?
And here's why I text you and ask you that. Because I've got 42, I don't know what you want to call them, students, I don't know, individuals that I coach, right? I got 42 individuals who was like, E, you gotta be my coach in 2023, right? And I look at what I'm doing with them daily, and I'm seeing the success that they're having, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. They're causing me to be intentional and deliberate with them in a way I'm not even with C.
Say that one more time. Sorry, my wife was texting me.
Yeah, no.
I'm back.
I have 42 students that they did the last summit, and they were like, E, we gotta, it can't end with the summit. We need this Because
Right.
they thing was like, yo, we could be hyped for a couple days, but I don't know that I'm the only coach program that's doing this, but we meet every day.
Yep.
Like every single
Yep.
day we meet,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And yeah, and Maul, I started to see the February them change as we got to the end of February. I started to see the March them start to change as we started getting to the end of March. And I was like, yo, what's going on? And I realized that I was being very intentional and deliberate with them. Like, bro, we meet every day.
Yeah.
So we're creating what is home court advantage for you.
Right.
What does that look like? And then we're holding you accountable. And I just was like, yo, God, two things. One, like, yo, I never did this with CJ before. Like, we were so concerned as a group with creating the environment that I never asked, what do you want out of the environment? Because we were so concerned about creating.
You asked me yesterday.
Yeah, and that's because I was with
Yeah,
them, and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, wow. Then the other thing I realized when I was with Trap, I realized, yo, we are around greatness and not necessarily using all the principles of greatness. I was like, yo, like, I'm around y'all, and there's certain things that I'm privy to that I'm not even doing. And it was like, yo, C, I asked C because I was like, yo, bruh, we not doing some of the stuff that we telling other people to do. That was my reason for him. Now, I didn't tell him that, but I started with C because I was like, yo, it's some stuff that, you know, that being around Trap, I was like, yo, I'm not doing that. Like, yo, from a financial standpoint, I'm not doing that. Why am I not doing that? I'm hearing it. Yo, Maul had to almost drag me through the mud to get me to start doing real estate. Now I'm like, thank you, because I bought the house next door and my mom ain't, you know, right now she's in transition, so they got a place to stay. You feel me? My father ended up falling, you know, from the MS and some other stuff. We right next door, we can go over and help and put him in a situation where they was like, yo, hey, had you not made him go to the hospital, they was like, I don't know what it's called, septic or something. What is that called? Something like when, I guess, toxic inside your body.
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, if you hadn't gotten him here and he with another week or two with that, he would have died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, God, bump real estate. You know what I'm saying? What you taught me, but you had to drag me through the mud to do it. It might have saved my father a couple years because they right next door. My old dude, 6'8", 6'8", almost 200 and some pounds. She can't, my mom 5'1", 5'2", probably weigh 135, 40 pounds soaking wet. She can't lift him, but because we were next door and we bought the house next door because you taught me. So for me, I just was like, man, we got to do better because it's stuff that we hear and we not doing. And it's like, no, it's time to, God didn't put you in this environment and give you this information just to be around it. He gave it to you for a reason.
But man, that's exactly what creating an environment does, right? It gives you home court advantage. And when you have home court advantage, that gives you freedom. Just when you're hearing what E talking about as far as with having the freedom, you didn't have to go look for if something happened with your parent, with your dad, you know, a senior home or anything, you got a home already. You already had it already set up. And I just saw that even.
I thought I was setting it up for something else.
No, I mean, but even still. But even still.
You talking about through your teeth. I didn't want to lie, act like I had set it up for that reason.
But even still, man, I just look, and this is some serious stuff, man. I know, and then I want to thank y'all too, man. I've been getting tons of messages from people, you know, was talking about my dad and prayers for my dad. Yeah. And my mom watched the podcast and she was like, man, tell the guys, you know, thank you. And when I just sit back and just think about it, man, here I am. I'm 45 years old. Wow. I'm 45. I've been retired, like, literally since 42. And you do all of these things in life. And you know one day that, you know, your parents are going to be in a situation, you know, everybody gets older, and you know that, you know, health is going to fail for a lot of us.
Absolutely.
And to be able to be in a position to be there. Like I said, I thank God. And I was telling my mother, me and my mom was sitting up talking because every single day, I've been going to the hospital. Every day for 3 weeks, I was at the hospital with my mother because my mother, visitation starts at 10 a.m., it ends at 7 p.m. My mother is there from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And everybody in the family can't be with her during that time period because they got to go to work. I got freedom. Come on, Mom, let's eat lunch. Come on, Mom, because my dad wasn't talking for, 3 weeks. So my mother just sitting in the room, not being able to talk to somebody. And so I would go just talk with her and things like that. But it was the setting up the environment positioned me to be able to do that. My dad, while we doing that, they're telling us that my dad, he's gonna have to learn how to walk again, because the left side of his body. And so, they're like, do you have stairs in the house? My mother was like, yeah, we have stairs, but my son bought what's that called? The chairlift. I bought a chairlift for my grandmother when my mother was taking care of my grandmother about 10 years ago. I put a chairlift in the house. And so I was like, but then my mother was like, the people was like, yeah, well, you have a chairlift though. He's a big guy, and his wife, is gonna mess you up, maybe your back, by getting him. I said, no worries. I went over to my parents' house, and they got a really nice house, got a living room, dining room, family room. I took the living room that nobody used, put French doors on each entrance to the living room, took all the furniture out, put a TV on the wall, put a ceiling fan on the wall, ordered a bed for my dad, and now he got a bedroom on the first floor. Then it was like, yeah, but he's gonna need a shower or a bathroom. Is it a bath? Yeah, it's a half bath on the first floor, but I got you. Went over there to the house, boom, took a little bit of a 36 by 36 inside of the dining room.
You're getting all the dimensions, everything.
An indoor shower with the seat and a handrail, so now my dad can go inside the bathroom on the first floor.
That's it.
That's where the freedom comes in.
Let's get out of here.
Don't y'all understand?
Yeah.
We're not talking to y'all, and this is what this summit is about, man.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
This is not about just money.
Yeah.
This ain't about money. When they was at the doctors telling me and my mother about all this healthcare stuff, and they're like, okay, yeah, we have a 5-star rehab facility, but
literally called
it's
5
stars.
They
But-
like a resort or something.
Yeah, but his Blue Cross Blue Shield and his other, what is it called?
I don't know, something.
The other supplemental
Medicaid. Yeah.
That doesn't,
I said pension. I ain't never had no job.
Right. That doesn't.
My parents are.
That doesn't fully cover.
Yeah.
So here we have a couple 2 stars that covers everything that his insurance. I said the devil is a liar.
Yeah. Yeah.
My man need the 5-star.
Yeah.
He need the 5-star.
Yeah.
Why? Because he gave me 5-star type.
That's
But
it.
it costs
That's
money.
So because it costs money. So it's not about the money, y'all.
It's not.
It's about
First.
It's not about the money first.
Yep, it's not.
It's about, so when we saying, what's your number, what's your dollar amount, like when I'm saying you got to come up with your dollar, my dollar amount was what number is it that I need to be able to take care of my family one day. Not just my family, but I know one day I need to take care of my parents.
That's it.
One day I need to be in a position to take care of my children. One day I might need to take care of their spouses. One day I'm gonna be in a position to take care. So like I was saying, man, my prayer was that, oh God, not why me?
Right.
But God, thank God it's me.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm in a position. I stood to the plate. I was telling C every day, I'm in a position to do this. My whole life is set up. My whole life is set up. Where it's like, we're good.
Our lives are set up.
Our lives are set up.
Because of you.
No, I'm just saying.
facts.
But it's set up where it works. That 5 pillar, it works.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I was still going to the gym every day.
Yeah.
I was still being able to do everything I was doing with my family. Then I was still able to do everything I was doing with my parents. Sunday dinners. My dad started Sunday dinner since we was born. We still kept it going. Boom, I'm in Atlanta with CJ. We was there in Atlanta just a couple days ago. Got on the plane Sunday morning, had a caterer meet me at the door when we got back from the airport for we got Sunday Easter dinner at the house.
Yeah.
And my mother walked straight into the house with Easter dinner. We didn't miss a beat.
Listen to me. I'm not for real. God is my witness. I get in trouble selling something that ain't real. Listen to me. UOU Summit. We're doing the early bird special right now. I just want to say this to you, and then they can close however they want to close this off. Kobe was not drafted by the LA Lakers. Just being real. The Kobe you know and love or you know and hate, whichever one of the greatest players to ever play the game, was not drafted to the LA Lakers. Environment. The Charlotte, I think it was the Charlotte
Hornets.
The Bobcats.
There's a
Bobcats.
Hornets. I think they were still the Hornets. I remember the hat. I think the hat was the Hornets.
Bruh, let me just say this. Environment, y'all. You trying to go on money. And I'm telling you, I'm not mad at you. I grew up in the working class. So that's why everybody who broke, that's why you broke. I'm just being real. We broke because we were never taught what was first. So we went after, look, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If you make that anything else, the equation is not gonna work. And we come out of the womb, we come into a working environment, and then we go excuse. You starting with excuse or aunt, you know, or Sally. I mean, being real, you're not starting with the parentheses.
Yep.
You coming out. What we want to teach you, because we all went through that initial error. You ever go on the TV and you cut your TV on and you had something and it was like error message? It's like retry, unplug, you know what I'm saying? Start that joker over. We want to help you start over. And because of what Kobe knew, because somebody in his family played in the league, because he had the knowledge that you don't have, that's what this summit is going to do. And we got the early bird, $67. You're going to get an entry level. You're going to learn all of this for 7 days for $60-something. And I said 7 because, yes, we're doing 5, but a pre and a post. So that's what make it 7. Kobe said, I repeat, I'm not going to the Charlotte Bobcat Hornets,
I'm saying,
whatever it is. He said, I'm going to the Lakers.
Eli Manning did the same thing.
Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Pops
going.
played in the league.
I'm not going. I'm telling you, there are those of you who are watching, you are a good human. And I used to have to tell TJ this all the time. Bro, you can go as hard as you want to, as long as you want to. If you're going that hard in the wrong direction, you can go as hard as you want to. I'm not, and then some of y'all, is what he said in the beginning, you're doing all the right stuff in the wrong direction. And you're gonna end up, so I'm just telling you, if you're ready to stop starting all over again, having the same year over again, I'm telling you what we're gonna teach you is how we were blessed to come out of the environment, and we don't even mean physically Michigan State. Because we could have probably stayed if Mar would have got there earlier and showed us some stuff. I don't know. I'm not 100%
just being real
sure.
We didn't know that part.
Yeah, we didn't know that part.
We've added that part to our game.
And so we're not telling you to quit your job. We are telling you to shift the environment.
Yep.
And we're going to show you in one of those 7 days how to literally shift the environment. Because if you go to the Lakers,
It's a whole different.
I'm just being real. If you don't go to Charlotte and you go to LA, you got a chance of winning 5. And if you had known some other stuff that we're going to teach you, you would have kept Shaq and Phil there. You could have won. I don't know how. I just know I'm a Piston fan. We shouldn't have beat y'all that year. But because it was the right team, but somewhat the environment was messed up because of what was going on.
I'll share this and we could close, but I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but when I was working at the Big Ten, I said Big Ten, it wasn't Big Ten Network, the Michigan State Department that sent content to the Big Ten. I worked there, y'all had already stopped. I don't know if I remember, but I worked probably a couple of months after.
I remember you would keep going.
We thought we lost.
I was gone.
we thought we lost.
And I don't want to speak to that again. We didn't know the assessment then, but that's me, right? I'm going to make the decisions just slower. Bruh, Maul, it got to the point where you talked about it earlier. I was like, Carl, don't let the podcast go without saying this because somebody's experiencing this. When I got to the door, I was physically sick every morning.
Walking in.
Bruh, walking in.
Oh, okay.
Walking
I thought after the 8 hours.
No.
Going in.
I'm saying I'm fine, bro. And I get to the stairs and I'm just like, yo, my stomach feel weird. Like I'm starting, like I feel like I want to throw up. Bruh, I can't understand. Literally, it was probably like a good 2 or 3 days. This one ain't go real long. 2 or 3 days, I'm like, yo, something's wrong. Like when I get here, I'm starting to feel sick. I told them the end of that week, I'm done. Like, I don't know what this is, but I'm saying there's somebody out there that you're doing the same thing. It's somebody for real that you know in your heart. And here's the thing that I want to say. It's not even a bad environment. Bro, that's where I learned how to do everything I'm doing. That's where I learned. So it's not like it was a bad environment, but that time had expired. And I'm just saying, your time has expired.
Wait till the end of May. We don't want you to, I'm just saying, we don't want you to make no decisions without getting there. Because some people like ready to make decisions on the podcast. Let us walk you through the formula. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sat. Let us walk you through the formula to see if you should be there or you shouldn't be there, and then the time frame. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Carl. That's big.
Yeah, so UOUSummit.com. UOU spelled out summit.com. Of course, you know we're coming off the New York Times bestseller book. This is going to be one of the most explosive conferences. We got a ton of surprise guests. This lineup is like something that has never been seen in personal development history. Of course, the 4 of us will be on there, but UOUSummit.com. Make sure you go check it out. Get the early bird right now. Don't hit us in 3 weeks talking about can I get the early bird.
$67 for the general boy.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And you know why I did it though, Maul? I'm being real. Here's why I did it. Because I'm being way more structured than I've ever been. And structured people shouldn't be punished. They shouldn't be punished. With people who gonna procrastinate and wait till the last minute. I'm telling you, it's some of y'all gonna wait till the last minute. I'm getting you. I'm just being real. I'm about to bust you upside your head. Listen to me. We got people on there that's been doing what they've been doing in the professional world, whether it's sports or actors who've been doing it over 20 years.
Yep.
We got people with double-digit million followers, right? People who are considered A-list celebrities who are about to come and train you and help you because they realize they owe themselves. And they're gonna walk you through how they went from not making themselves a priority to making themselves a priority. You feel me? And so you definitely wanna be there, but I'm just being real. For those of you who like to get your stuff done, you like to get organized, we are going to honor you and we're gonna reward you by you paying little and getting a bunch of content before the conference even starts.
Yep.
Those of you who wanna wait till the last minute, I'm busting. I'm putting, it's like when you go get a rental car at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
You about to see fees. I thought you told me it was 5 fees. Why? Because you're gonna learn to stop waiting to the last minute to do everything. And that's why you're not where you wanna be in 2023, because you could have done it now and you waited later. So just like everybody else make you pay when you late fees and all them processing fees because you wait to the last minute, I'm putting us first finally, and I'm about to make you pay for it. Back in the day, you could have waited to the last minute and you could have signed up and you still paid with somebody. We're not doing that no more, all right? We're not doing that no more. UOU Summit.com, sign up,
Right
only
now.
3,000 people. Even though it's virtual, we just don't want to wait for the person to wait to the last minute. We don't even want your kind on there. Just being real, because you're the one that always caused the most problems. The person that pay last, the last hour, and you got a million questions, you got a million things you don't understand, you don't know, because if you come early, you're gonna get all of that content and information up front. So UOUSummit.com, be one of the 3,000 people that get an opportunity to be a part of this thing.
Playoffs start tonight.
Soon. Yeah, tonight.
Playing. Anyway.
Yeah, playing.
Yeah. I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't know if there's ever been a season where I remember thinking this many teams have a shot to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
agree
Like,
with
I
you.
feel like certain years
He said, nah.
now you think you know who gonna win?
I'm gonna say this to y'all, and I'm a diehard Piston fan,
Yeah.
Bulls fan. Listen to me very closely though. I just feel some type of way about Bron being back.
I thought he was gonna say
feel some
Phoenix
type of
too.
way. I feel some type of way about the Lakers, bro. I feel some type of way. I feel like I just don't see Bron going out. I don't see him going out without a fight. I see Bron putting up a fight in these playoffs, bro. I really do. 7 games. I just see it hard to beat
He
Bron
went
in
crazy
7.
last night. Or was it last night or the night before?
bro, and you know I ain't no Laker
38.
fan like that. But Bron, bro. Bron is the
I thought you
MJ
were
of
gonna
this
say Denver
generation.
because you worked with Denver this year. They was first
Now, I'm going to say
place.
this to you. Of course, I'm going to say Denver because I work with them. Of course. But I still know in my heart of hearts, because of where we are in the world, like, bro, when you think of motivational speaking, like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You just can't. And so I know there's a difference between winning in the regular season and going through a bunch of different type of teams versus coming up against a dog every night.
I know, but Denver said that they was gonna be playing your stuff every day.
They did, and Tobe. They bringing Tobe in.
Yeah.
They bringing Tobe in.
Are they bringing him in? Or they just,
they gonna be
using
playing
this
Tobe stuff too.
Come on,
So
I gotta go Denver.
Yeah. So no,
I'm going
listen to what
Denver.
I'm saying.
But I'm
If you
going
want-
to
go with my
Phoenix,
heart.
too.
Go with my heart. The Nuggets all day. But go with, because it was their first time winning the outright like that.
They
But
nice.
it works better for us if they win the finals. It works way better for us. But I'm just saying, man, I say
Or
you got
CP, we can't go wrong with
yeah,
CP.
you can't go wrong with CP3 if everybody stay well. But you still got a bunch of guys that are
They got
great.
some weapons.
Booker been hurt. CP, can get injured somewhere in there. You got KD. I'm saying if they stay well, even what's the center name?
Ayton.
Ayton mentally, emotionally stay well. You got a lot that's going on in that. But if
I'm
they
just
say,
saying,
well,
but even in the East,
yeah.
you got Philly, you got the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? Boston.
Oh,
like,
Boston looking good.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
yeah.
You know,
It's
so
a
you got them
toss-up.
3. You got Memphis over there, the Young Bucks, so they gonna
even
be
the
ready.
series right now, like all the matchups, I'm looking like, yo, I really don't know who to pick out of these matchups. Like some of them are just for real.
The Warriors, though, bruh. Come on,
you can't
bruh.
discount the
They
Warriors.
just put up
Right.
55, bruh, in the
saying.
first
Can't
quarter.
discount that.
You can't. Clay
You
said.
know they're gonna win at home.
But hey, hey, and Clay said, who gonna be the healthy Warriors?
Nobody.
Come on, bro. It's gonna be tough.
it's gonna be
I'm
a
praying
real-
that my Denver Nuggets get it though, because I'll be able to go to the games. Or if CP, you know, C gonna have me at the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with Denver because I work
Denver
with them.
got time, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they got time. That's what I said.
CP need one,
CP
right?
need one this very
we
second.
need one yesterday.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know if this is possible. I should be doing this or not. I'm gonna be praying for CP. I'm gonna be putting my 3
that's the
o'clock in the
homie,
morning,
man.
boys. I'm gonna be
Shout
putting
out
my
to-
3 o'clock
yeah.
in the morning,
Shout
boys.
out-
Like, God, you know we love Denver, but
Yeah.
our boy don't got another 10 seasons left.
And shout out to CJ,
Yeah.
his brother, man,
Yeah.
my dog, man. Good people always look out for me, man. Anytime I need some help on anything, man.
Armin, the whole squad.
whole
AJ,
squad.
the whole squad.
Also, man, I'm gonna take the time and be selfish now. And you know, I talk about my dad, obviously, for good reason on this pod a lot. You know, he's the GOAT. But so much so to where my mom, who was about as low maintenance as you can get, was like, do the people even know you got a mama? But I'm gonna let y'all know, yes, I do have a mother.
Sure do.
Shout out to my mom turning 70.
Amen.
By the time y'all
Amen.
see this, it'll be, her birthday was yesterday, but 70 years young. My mom.
That's one of the best 70s that I've
Oh
seen.
no, my mom.
yeah. Oh,
listen,
no.
I know,
One of
and
the-
I ain't
no.
even like share her age. Like
No,
my
no,
mom,
no.
No, for
Yeah,
real.
Oh, no, no,
she
no.
she active.
She acting. Oh, she getting at it.
Hey, I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you what's so funny.
Still working, doing
Oh,
her
bro,
thing.
I remember.
And her environment.
Oh, listen. I remember, like, you know, you see all the like the football players and basketball players, like, man, I'm gonna get some millions, and my mama ain't had to work no more. And I remember when I called my mom, like, Ma, we to that level, baby girl.
Shut it down.
You ain't gotta work no more. My mom was like, oh, I like my job. I was like, oh, okay. I ain't think about that. But just know, if you ready to stop, I got you. But anyway, Ma, I love you. 70 years young.
Amen.
I can't wait to
Congratulations.
celebrate in Mexico.
Nice.
We're gonna do, her and Candace gonna have a little,
Amen.
you know, a little double birthday celebration. But right now, Ma, I just wanna say, love you. 70 years young. Mwah. You're the greatest mother ever. Thank you.
Amen.
Love you.
Praise God.
And for the rest of y'all, UOUSummit.com, you know what you got to do right now. And all the rest of y'all, we're going to keep building on this thing that we talked about this week. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You make this, you concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback and how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.